to another movie review. We are talking about, like I said, Climax. So Climax came out in 2018. It's directed by Gaspar. It stars Sofia, Boutella, and I will get deeper into the cast here in a second. But I want to mention that this film is a foreign film. It was combined production between Belgium and France. This film is an absolute trip. This film brings you down a psychedelic horror hole of many different things that are taboo. I don't want to really get into the really nitty-gritty details of the plot. It takes place in one location. It is after a dance rehearsal, kind of an after party with this big group of dancers. Things just little by little start to kind of devolve into something a bit disturbing. First off, I do want to commentate on Gaspar. He is a director who was born in Argentina, lived part of his childhood in Argentina, spent a brief period of time apparently in New York, and then his family moved to France in order to avoid being present during the military dictatorship in Argentina at the time. I didn't know he was an Argentinian director. I mean, shame on me for not having discovered him before, because this film is very uniquely produced and has a very artistic vision behind it. He makes a lot of very, very bold decisions. Allegedly, no dialogue was actually written by him ahead of the actual filming that took place on set. It was more just he had ideas that he brought to set. He had the idea of the story and then let the actors have liberty to kind of do as they please and kind of move the story along and develop the dialogue as they saw fit. And on those actors, the vast majority of them don't have really like any IMDb credits at all. So this is basically the first movie that I would say, or big movie, that any of them have really been in, save for, I would say, Sofia. Wow, they are all fantastic. They absolutely slayed it, and I think Sofia Boutella did an amazing job. She kind of serves as almost a little bit of a protagonist for us, but the camera really flows quite loosely throughout this, so I wouldn't say that there is a necessarily definitive protagonist. So those directorial decisions that I was talking about were very bold, and we can see that in the cinematography. There are very, very long takes, and the camera almost takes kind of its own form as almost a character in the movie, following these people around and kind of drifting from character to character throughout these bizarre situations that we're in. There's also one very long shot that takes entirely place upside down. The artistic decisions pay off here. They accumulate to create this really tense and distressing atmosphere. However, there is an asterisk here that this movie will not be for everyone, because I think if you're very sensitive to graphic themes, this movie will probably be very difficult to watch. There is blood, violence, sex, and that's not necessarily out of the ordinary for typical Hollywood movies or even the horror genre, but I think the context of a lot of these situations and of what we're being presented makes it have a bit of a stronger impact. I would say you should be comfortable with the horror genre or even just independent film in general, or if you're a cinephile, then you'll be able to find enjoyment in this movie for sure. If you're more of a casual moviegoer and you're not into anything that's overtly violent or anything like that, this might be a movie to pass on. Gaspar, our director, does accomplish his vision here, and he does, I think, exactly what he wants to do with this movie. But I would say it does lack some narrative elements and character elements that I like personally to see in a movie. There isn't the decision to go deeper with our characters and to develop them a bit further or create maybe even an arc for them. And I don't necessarily think the movie has something specific to say to us. It doesn't necessarily give us something to take away in terms of a message, although there are these moments where bits of text just flash up on screen saying something. Still, I think the artistic purpose and vision was accomplished here by generating this feeling of tension and dread, and I think it works extremely well. The true purpose of this movie is to suck you into this situation and put you there with our characters and make you feel what they're feeling. Good on A24 for distributing another winner. So if you're willing to go out of the ordinary and try something new, or if you're a cinephile, or if you like the horror genre, or if you like French cinema or European cinema, this is a great example of independent cinematic art on display and a unique artistic vision that is giving us a deeply horrific experience to really truly enjoy. So kids, without further ado, I'm going to give this film a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Go ahead, hit like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about Climax if you saw it. If not, go see it and then come back and let me know what you thought. As always, I'll see you guys in the next review.